Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make slime in school without getting caught, and I really hope that you enjoy it. So the first thing we're going to need is a Ziploc bag, and I just got mine from Tesco's. You can also use a push lock, but I prefer Ziplocs for less mess. And the first slime we're going to be making is Jiggly slime. So we're going to start off with some white PVA glue, and I use about half a cup's worth because I don't like making a really big batch, especially in the Ziploc bags, because you want to have a bit of room to move everything around in. Then we're going to add some foaming hand wash, and this isn't essential, but I find it really fun to have bubbles to play with it in. And I also add 1/4 cup of water, so half the amount of glue that you add in if you're making a different size mixture, and then you just want to mix it all up before you add your activator. And the activator I'm using is 1 teaspoon of borax to 2 cups of warm water, and I just add it really gradually and then play with the slime. And I didn't ever find that I needed to add any more, and as you can see, it's clumping at the bottom, so I just took it out and played with it on a clean surface, and it turned super glossy. I also decided to colour it, and at first it was a bit lumpy, but then it turned super glossy like this. The next slime we're going to be making is a thick and clicky slime, and this has been so requested. We're going to start off with the same 2 ingredients from the previous recipe, but we're going to kind of switch things up in the amounts. So I add about 3/4 of a cup of glue, and then I go in with about 12 to 15 pumps of foaming hand wash. And the reason for this is it adds a bit of fluff to the slime, but shaving foam takes away from the click, so we do not want to add that. And then to thicken it up, we're going to be using Clean & Clear's foaming face wash, and you need a tiny drizzle of this, probably like a teaspoon if you want to measure it out. And because there's so many ingredients, I do spend a little bit more time just mixing this all in. And then I go with my activator, and with this one it's very easy to over activate it, so what I recommend doing is just kind of like playing with it with your hand, like rubbing it around the table like I am, and then maybe like pinching it just to see what the texture's like. And when you feel it thickening up, even if it's still super sticky, just play with it, because as you can see here when I stretch it out, it's still a really good consistency, and I didn't need to add any more activator to get it to this stage where it's super glossy and super clicky. I decided to add some colouring to it just because I thought it would be pretty, and yeah, it was super messy. I was kind of scared of touching it, which is why I sped it up, because it took so long. But yeah, it turned into a really nice blue, and I love the sounds that it made. Last but not least, we have milky slime, and this has been so requested, and I haven't done it because I didn't really know what it was, but I figured out what it was recently. So we're going to start off with some PVA glue, and then we're going to pour about half a cup's worth into our bag, and then we're going to go in with some clear glue. And the clear glue is really essential to make this clicky, and this is a really thin clear glue. As you can see here, it's not thick at all. And then we're just going to make it kind of milky and a bit of a thinner texture by adding some moisturizer. And this doesn't have to be any specific brand, this was just the one that was on sale in my supermarket. And the mixture will already be quite thin, so just to thicken it up and add some clicks, we're going to add a tiny bit of our foaming face wash from Clean & Clear. And like you can see here, I'm just walking my hands along it because you can see the mixtures kind of separating out because they're all very different textures, so you do need to spend quite a long time just mixing this part in. And then when you go in with your activator, again, you don't need very much, and you just do it in the same way as before. You can literally just scrunch it up like this. This is why it's so easy to like hide in school, I guess, but yeah, it's such a good method. And I will link the person who inspired me to do this below if you want to go and check out her Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.